Yankees with the Baltimore Orioles. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Morakovitz. The Yankees need a Blue Jays loss and a win this afternoon to be crowned American League East champs and finish with the best record in the AL. Earlier, I asked Aaron Boone how crazy he thinks this day may get.
At the risk of sounding boring, it's, we're trying to win today. And that's kind of how we look at it. Obviously, we'll be paying attention to what's going on around the league. But, obviously those things are out of our control. We're going to go try and win a ball game against another good pitcher. What's going to be is going to be. I feel great about our team right now, and we're going to try and go out and finish off a great homestand.
When I spoke to several guys in the clubhouse today, I asked them if anything feels different knowing how high the stakes are this afternoon, and they said no, it is business as usual. We have to make sure we approach it the same way we have approached every game this season. It has worked well for them so far. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Paul O'Neill and David Cohn. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. My Chef IQ, the wireless stay and food thermometer that guarantees steakhouse results. Get perfection. Visit chefiq.com. And by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Well, Earl Weaver and Billy Martin. That's the kind of intensity we'll see today. So great when a sport comes down to the final game, and Yankees still fighting for the American League East with the Blue Jays. Luis Gil taking his warm-ups, and we'll take a look now at the Orioles starting lineup he's going to face. It's brought to you by Stop and Shop. Jackson Holliday at second, Jordan Westberg at third, Gunnar Henderson hits third and plays short. Tyler O'Neill's in right, Adley Rushman will catch, the number 6 hitter, the DH Ryan Mountcastle. Then it's Dylan Beavers in left, Colton Cowser in center, and the first baseman is Kobe Mayo. Getting the start for the Orioles is Kyle Bradish.
And that lineup will face this right-hander, Luis Gil, towing the slab and the boogie down on a Sunday afternoon, the last day of the season. Pretty good numbers across the board, although the walk's a little bit high right there. Let's tell you a little bit more about Luis Gil on our Nissan Pitcher Scout Report. And really, it's all about the velo check. That's the story surrounding him. He says he's trying to throw strikes, back off a little bit more. His last 9 have been very good, a 2.59 ERA. The walk's a little high, works himself out of trouble, and then pen pal, maybe postseason, kick that velocity up, throw him down in the bullpen, he might be a weapon.
Well, a little fan appreciation. Aaron Judge giving a fan a ball. He's made a friend forever. Look at that. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch to Jackson Holliday is high, and we're underway because of the 3:05 start. Shadows are going to play a role at some point. Jackson Holliday kind of limping to the finish line. He has 1 hit in his last 32 at-bats in his second season. And we'll be keeping an eye on all of those scores. They all start at the same time, essentially. 1 and 2. Well, to make it easy, Yankees win and Toronto wins. Toronto wins the American League East. Yankees lose, doesn't matter what Toronto does, they win the American League East. Yankees win and Toronto loses, and the Yankees will win the American League East. High fly ball right field. Judge puts it away, 1 down. All right, let's take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge, left to right in the outfield. Infield, McMahon, Volpe, Caballero, and Rice. That's third to first. Wells behind the plate, Stanton the DH, and Luis Gil is on the mound. Now you see Caballero at second. Josh Chisholm Jr., all things look good. He's a player today if they need him. But after getting hit yesterday, underwent an MRI, everything came back clean.
I don't think we saw 97 his whole last start, so that's a good sign.
Home plate umpire is Dan Iasonia. He's the crew chief. Shane Livensbarger at first. C.B. Buckner at second. Ramon De Jesus is over at third. David, I wonder, I was asking around this week after we saw him pitch in his last start, is the velocity not there? Is there something wrong with him? Absolutely not was the answer. I think it ties into, David, the fact that he has not been able to command the baseball. That one's shallow right field. Here comes Judge. two-way. Take a look at the keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, after all that, meaning 161 games, still a lot of unknowns about the playoff picture. And led the league, the Yankees offense was the best in baseball this year. Led in total runs, home runs, just a ton of offensive categories. And let's go Rays. I mean, you're not looking for a tie in the East. Coney told me it's like kissing your sister. You don't want to hear that. So you would love to see the Rays win up there in Toronto and the Yankees steal the East here today.
1-0. Getting back to that, David. Taking something off your fastball, is that going to help him with his command?
It can, yes, if you feel like you're overthrowing, if you feel like it's mechanical. Generally slowing everything down, quieting everything down. Generally, when you're missing your location, you're trying to overthrow a bit, or maybe you're a little out of sync. So, yeah, there is something to be said for slowing it down. You know who was really good at that? Justin Verlander. Remember watching him pitch? He'd hang around 95, and then when he needed it, he'd hump up.
Looped into left field. Bellinger is there. An easy 1-2-3 inning. The Orioles go down in order, and the Yankees coming back.
Batting third for the Yankees today, Aaron Judge.
Batting cleanup in left field, Cody Bellinger.
Batting fifth, designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. Love the new stance.
Batting sixth and catching, Austin Wells.
Batting seventh for shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
Batting eighth, playing third base, Ryan McMahon.
And rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, second base, Jose Caballero.
And today's starting pitcher is Luis Gil. Michael, back to you.
Well, thank you, Dan. Great job by our crew, and we love them, and they've done such an unbelievable job over this whole season. And they bring you the starting lineup, which is brought to you by Stop and Shop. They got a little hammy there.
You could tell who the New Yorkers are, right?
Yeah.
Stanton?
Stanton. Like Staten Island. James, you didn't even stutter. You did wonderful there.
Well, Bradish is a good one. You see the numbers. He's coming back from Tommy John surgery. It'll be his 6th start, and you know, he's a big key for them next year.
First batter he'll face is Trent Grisham. Fouled away.
And the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report, another Sunday. Last Sunday versus the Yanks, he had 9 Ks and 6 innings and 1 run. Really good slider. If you remember watching him pitch a couple years ago. Opponents are 2 for 24 off of that slider this year, and just a great recovery in his 5 starts from that Tommy John surgery.
Tony Mansolino, the acting manager, was asked, is he all the way back? And he said there's 2 more gears. If there's 5 gears, he's probably still stuck in 3rd. And in some ways, he's going to elevate his game immensely going into the offseason and into next year. Yankees 93-68. Last year, the record was 94-68. And after all the trials and tribulations that have gone on this year, where there was a stretch of 51 games where they were 20-31, you realize if they win today, even if Toronto wins, Toronto and the Yankees will be tied for the best record in the American League. How about that? The Rays have already taken a lead over Toronto, 1-0. Middle of the first. Now, a lot of people that are a little upset because when you look at the Rays lineup today, no Yandy Diaz, no Brandon Lau, and no Chandler Simpson in that lineup. Now, the Yandy Diaz one is a little strange. The reason he's not playing, he's at an even 300 batting average-wise. So he's trying to protect that number. And on this day, Paul, it makes it seem so weak to do that. Because in 1941 on this day, Ted Williams came into a doubleheader, hitting .399.5. Would have been rounded off to 400. Would have finished the season 400. He said, I'm playing. And in the doubleheader, he went 6 for 8 against the A's and finished at .406.
He's Ted Williams.
Right. Strike 3. Grisham down looking. Let's take a look at the defense brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Beavers, Cowser, and O'Neill left to right in the outfield. Infield, Westberg, Henderson, Holiday, and Mayo. That's third to first. Rushman behind the plate. Mountcastle, the DH. Bradish, 29-year-old right-hander, is on the mound. Deep to center field off the bat of Rice. Going back, Cowser on the track at the wall. See ya! Into Monument Park. Ben Rice having a season, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Wow, pretty loud noise there, Cody. Number 25 of the year. You watch him go around first base. You think this game means something to the Yankees? I think they know what's at stake. Ben Rice hammers the first ball that he sees right out of the gate here in the bottom of the first.
Yankees add to their record of first-inning home runs. And he is pumped up. Here's Judge. Crowd chanting MVP.
It's amazing how a home runner gets a crowd going here in the bottom of the first.
Now the MVP, that gets voted on. Everybody has to get their votes in before the first game on Tuesday, so the postseason has nothing to do with it. As for the batting title, though, by the way, for the Yankee offense, now 5 players with 25 or more home runs. 4th time they've done it in franchise history. Judge comes in at .331 for the batting title. Bo Bichette is second, 20 points behind, and Bo Bichette is on the IL, so I think we can congratulate him on his first batting title.
And you can congratulate him on that and another unbelievable year. I mean, he just carries this team.
Chop, third base. Westberg charges Fields, and he gets Judge for the second out.
Wow, fastball right there. First pitch swinging, and look at the reaction here. Dead center. Yeah.
I got him at 18.86 seconds, all the way from home to all the way around the bases. I mean, he did not even break it down at all. That's the fastest home run trot you're going to see.
You know, Coney, it comes back to Aaron Judge and Big G. When they hit him to center field, they know it. Well, the most of the players, when you crush one to center field, there's still some indecision whether it's going to get out or not.
Ground ball backhanded by Holiday. That'll do it for the Yankees. But Ben Rice, he's cooking. 25th home run of the year. He's had a great season for the Yankees. He came in spring training looking strong. He's kept it all the way through. 25th home run gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Nothing lead. Tyler O'Neill leads off against Heel. How about looking at that swing in slow-mo, yes-mo?
You love it. I mean, right underneath the ball and straight through the zone. He doesn't come off of it at all, and that's the only way that you're able to drive that ball out to dead center field is not give up on contact, but continue through the baseball.
O'Neill 2 for 8 in this series.
How big is the sweet spot on a bat? That looked like it was a little lower where he made contact.
Yeah, you probably have, I don't know, 2.5 inches of really the prime part of the bat. You know, Aaron Judge and Stanton can still hit it off the end a little bit and possibly get jammed. Most guys got to pretty much square it up within that area. I don't think Rice uses a torpedo bat, so he's got the the traditional bat where your sweet spot's a little bit smaller.
High fly ball left field. Bellinger battling the sun and puts it away.
Yeah, off the bat, I mean, you could tell he knew he got it good, but you never know. Dead center. He was off to the races and possibly for a double. But a lot of emotion. You love to see that in young players. I mean, Ben Rice has had a great year. He really worked in the offseason, changed his approach, opened his stance up a little bit, and has really paid off.
And got a lot stronger, too. So his contact rate and hard hit percentage is sky high. So here are the home run leaders for the Yankees. Volpe needs one more to join the 20 home run and more club. McMahon has 20 home runs, but most of them with the Rockies, so it doesn't count toward that mark.
A little bit of Indian summer here today. The ball's carrying. It's mid-80s here at the stadium. You get it up, it's going to go.
Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 82 degrees. It feels hotter. And we thank each and every one of you for spending time with us throughout the regular season. And we'll be here for the postseason on the pre- and post-game show. Nice play there by Caballero to get Rushman. Vlad Guerrero singles in the bottom of the first inning, scoring George Springer, and the Blue Jays tie the Rays 1-1. Now, I asked Aaron Boone, do you think about putting in a call to Kevin Cash and saying, could you help out a brother? And he just smiled and said, how do you know I didn't?
Good answer. Yeah, Lau not playing. I mean, Diaz, the 300 thing, obviously, I don't even know that MLB would be happy with that. When you don't put 3 of your top guys in the lineup in an important game like this.
Oh, 1 on Mountcastle. Now, the Yankees win and the Blue Jays win. The Yankees don't have any kick coming when it comes to the way they finished. They would have won 8 straight games. They've been the hottest team in baseball since August 11th. They've played their best baseball of the year, so they've done what they had to do. Fly ball, Bellinger puts it away, and the Orioles go down in order, 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Yanks. Aaron Judge going to hit a home run. Austin Wells a hit. Luis Gil 6 or more strikeouts. Family enjoying some time at the ballpark. Switching gloves. Keep switching.
Yeah.
Here's Stanton to lead off the bottom of the second. Oh, 1.
Yeah, Michael, you're correct on the 3 o'clock start. I mean, the shadow is already probably coming into play at this point.
Well, they used to talk about the World Series and Sandy Koufax would start, and it started at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and hitters had no chance.
I've talked to Greg Nettles a few times, and they used to intentionally do those 5 o'clock starts in Anaheim for Nolan Ryan. I mean, he was hard enough, but in shadows throwing 100, just why even take a bat up there?
1-1.
Yeah.
1-2.
When Nolan Ryan used to wear the eye black
underneath
his eyes and grunt when he threw at you, stare you down.
There's one guy that if you got a hit, you kind of just look down. You didn't want to make eye contact with him.
And Stanton down on strikes. Well, let's check out the crew chief, Dan Iasonia. 27 big league season. Considered pitcher friendly, more high strikes, more outside strikes on left-handed batters. So you guys dealt with Dan Iasonia.
Yeah, I would think game 162 would even make him more pitcher friendly. What do you think, Coda?
Yeah, he's old school. So yes. State of the game matters.
And a strike to Wells.
One thing those old school umpires do, the minute before the game, he got right up to home plate, scratched out the box that they have, that the grounds crew puts, the chalk line, gone. The minute he showed up.
Oh, 2.
And the hitters do it too. They scratch out the back line. The grounds crew works hard on those boxes, chalking them up.
Yeah, it's what, a 10-15 minute process to get it absolutely perfect, and then 2 seconds later there's Danny Cunningham.
Yeah, they work hard on that, and it's boom, it's gone. Back line's almost gone. The umpire's box behind completely gone. That's the first thing Dan Iasonia did.
Now, there are a couple of different permutations for the Yankees when it comes to who they play. So if they don't win the East and they are a wild card, they're the first wild card. Game will start Tuesday at Yankee Stadium. They, right now, coming into today, would face the Red Sox. But if the Tigers beat the Red Sox today and Cleveland beats the Rangers, then Cleveland would win the Central. And the Tigers would finish second, and they would have the second wild card, dropping the Red Sox down to 3. So it would be the Yankees against the Tigers on Tuesday for the wild card.
And if you look at it, I think it's a Major League Baseball dream as what has happened this last week. You know, the ups and downs coming down to game 162 with still uncertainty about the playoffs. I mean, that's what fans love. I was anxious to get to the ballpark today. Usually you're just playing out the string here on game 162.
Well, bad news from Toronto. Alejandro Kirk just hit a grand slam in the bottom of the first. The Blue Jays now lead the Rays 5-1. One and one on Volpe.
So depending on how this shakes down, Toronto holds on there, and the Yankees are looking at Tuesday night here. It's going to be a tough lefty either way. It'll be Skubal or it'll be Crochet.
And the Yankees have a tough lefty of their own. Max Fried would get the start for them. 1-2 on Volpe.
And right out of the gate, Aaron Boone would have a decision to make on his lineup against the tough lefties.
Two and two.
Carter, we talked. We're going to pull the plug on the organ in between pitches.
Well, yeah,
just saying.
And that one dunks in for a base hit for Volpe.
Fight it off, right? Just fight that off. Is that a torpedo bat special right there?
Yeah, that is a torpedo bat. Anthony Volpe does use it. And you see that towards the label where it's a little fatter than the average bat. But still, you know, anytime that you get jammed and you can stay level through the ball, you've got a much better chance of that little looping line drive instead of a fly ball.
There's Ryan McMahon. 1-0. A great Q&A in the New York Post today with Steve Serby and McMahon, and McMahon said he's been accepted so graciously into the Yankee family, and Aaron Judge goes out of his way to make sure everybody is included. And he said the championship or bust mentality, he said, you just accept it. That's what they expect, and that's what all we talk about in the clubhouse is just winning a title.
Yeah, I had a talk with him yesterday, and it's again, he just gave me the right answer for every question. Coney, did you forget how to tie a tie, or just couldn't quite get it over your head or
I'm
something?
feeling a little goofy. It's the last day. I still got my tie on.
That's right. You're following protocol here.
It's hot up here.
Oh, 2-1.
I could say this to the guys down in there in the clubhouse. It's worth it. When you get on a float and go up the Canyon of Heroes and a ticker tape parade, it's a lifetime memory. Riding up there with my father on the float.
I didn't know that there were that. You know what? It's the first time I really realized how many people were Yankee fans. Because, you know, I lived in Westchester. You come into the ballpark, you go back out. And then when you go and experience one of those parades, you didn't know there was that many people in the world, let alone at a parade, you know?
It's beyond your wildest expectations, and you will remember it for your life, and it is worth it. All the hard work. You got a chance to go for it. You get there. You'll never forget it.
Foul back.
Well, Braddock's got away with one right there. Kind of a hanging breaking ball. McMahon just fouled it back. That's the one you want to put in play.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. 3 Yankees strike out against Bradish here in the second. We'll go to the third. By Mohegan Sun, something's always happening at Mohegan Sun. Buy Untuckit, find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com for more than 80 stores worldwide. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. All the people that do the hard work behind the scenes, well, we can't thank them enough. We have the best crew in all of sports, and we try to put on the best show we possibly can. And well, I don't know if we can thank these people enough. They are so great. The guys and the gals, they're here early, they leave late, and that's what goes on behind the scenes.
There's a lot of buttons right there. You got to know where all those things do. Wow.
Better not guess.
Just make for a funny picture or something.
Now today's a special day and somewhat melancholy, because this is the last game of the regular season that we'll have on Yes, where the guy who put this all together 24 years ago, John J. Filippelli, is actually going to be working. He is going to go on to other endeavors, and I mean, we can't thank him enough. He has changed so many of our lives, and he's put together a network that I truly believe is the best in the country. And this will be his final game involved with the Yankees, and if he was here with me, he'd be insulted because I want to give him a big hug.
Well, Flip, I mean, he gave me an opportunity, talked me into doing games, and so I have a lot of gratitude. I mean, he is the best, a Hall of Famer at what he did. So hats off to you, Flip. What a wonderful career.
Yeah, you hired me 3 different times.
It's like Billy Martin.
I kept trying to wear out my welcome. He kept bringing me back.
He does tell a terrific story about you, Paul, where, you know, he had to go to George Steinbrenner to run all the people by that he wanted to be an announcer. And so he goes through a couple, and then he goes, well, George, I really think I want to have Paul O'Neill be in the booth. And George goes, the right fielder? The guy who throws things? Are you out of your mind? He goes, no, I think he'd really, really be good. He goes, well, do what you want. It's your butt.
But it's up to you, right?
Yeah, it's up to you. George loved you, but I don't know if he envisioned you in the booth. I don't think you envisioned you in the booth.
You know what? I didn't. And Flip talked me into it. We did a few games early, and I kind of fell in love with it. Kind of like the view up here, Mike.
It's a good view. Anyway, thanks, Flip, for everything. Beavers walks to start off the third inning. It is 1-0 Yankees on the Ben Rice first inning home run. Big cut. 0-1 on Cowser.
The first changeup I've seen, and a good one. I mean, he's trying to establish that fastball. I think he got his feelings hurt. He went back up the 96, 97 range.
Oh, 0-2.
See, he changes his delivery a little bit with that changeup. He kind of telegraphs. He kind of goes to the side a little bit, huh? And you really have to work on that as a pitcher to keep the same arm angle. Huh?
Yeah, it's something that can be noticeable too. The whole key with the changeup is to make it look just like your fastball.
Right.
Both the arm action, the release point, everything, the tempo.
You know, David, you having pitched a perfect game, I want to ask you this. Just put me in the mindset of Allie Reynolds. So on this date, 1951, Allie Reynolds, who had already pitched a no-hitter that year, had 2 outs in the 9th inning against the Red Sox. And the guy at the plate to finish the no-hitter was Ted Williams. He got Ted Williams to pop up behind the plate. Yogi goes back and dropped the ball. What would you have been thinking if you were Ali Reynolds? Ted Williams.
Yeah, well, you can't help but think the obvious, right, at that point.
And then on the very next pitch, he got Ted Williams to pop up to Yogi, and this time Yogi made the grab. And then the Yankees won the second game of the doubleheader to clinch the American League pennant. All on this date, 1951, as Cowser goes down on strikes.
I also saw in the game notes today that Babe Ruth pitched his last game for the Yankees today. He had a lifetime record of 5-0. He went into he ended up winning, I think, a complete game, which was nothing special back then. But, you always know that he was a pitcher in Boston. I didn't realize once he became a star hitter that he did throw a couple games for the Yankees.
Runner goes, throw to second. Nice pick there by Caballero. What a tag to get Dylan Beavers. That's an excellent pick by Caballero, but they're going to look at that.
Well, you look at the great release, quick release, but the play is made by Caballero. I mean, this is nasty. Be able to pick that ball and put down a tag, that's a lot going on in a short amount of time. He got it.
Yeah, no challenge.
Before your perfect game, Colin, you took some no-hitters into the 8th and 9th inning in your career, right?
Yeah, I had a handful with the Mets and with the Blue Jays. I lost one in the 9th inning with the Blue Jays. And
you think it helped you? Did you learn from it at all?
Yeah, I think it just you certainly understand that there's certain things that can happen that are out of your control. So if you say you threw a perfect game, I always tell Joe Girardi we threw the perfect game. The play you made in right field, Knobloch made a play.
Yeah.
Ricky Leday made a play.
Ricky Leday had a play made.
Yeah. You might want to check the sticky stuff in his glove because I don't even think he knew it hit it.
There's just, you're humbled in this game because there's a random variance.
Sky high pop-up, shallow left. Bellinger's there. And he puts it away. Well, Heel has faced a minimum 9 batters. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Yanks. Brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture is of Barbara and Mike, who recently celebrated 10 years of marriage right here at the stadium. Happy anniversary, guys. We thank all of you for posting your pictures to social media this year with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride throughout the season.
10 years, it's just warming up, Michael.
Compared to you.
Yeah, I've been married, 102 years?
Feels like that.
Since kindergarten.
Here's Caballero. 1-0. One. That was quite a pick at second base by Caballero, almost reminiscent of Javi Baez, who's known as making the quickest tag. Caballero also has that reputation, and that was just an extraordinary play. Waves at that one. Boston leads Detroit 1-0, bottom of the third inning. Cleveland and Texas tied at 2, bottom of the second inning. All of those games impact who the Yankees would play if they do finish with the wild card.
I don't ever remember, Coney, going into the playoffs. You were so, fired up just to get the playoffs going, like rooting for one team to come in instead of another team. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was, I never liked to look Seattle because I knew I had Randy Johnson in game 1. But, you've got 2 great lefties, Crochet and Skubal. So I don't know that the Yankees are rooting to play the Red Sox or the Tigers, huh?
That was I was just thinking about that question. I wonder if there'd be a preference there. Obviously, the Yankees won't tell you.
Well, I tried David, I asked Boone that very question. I said, without telling me the team, because I knew he wouldn't, I said, are you rooting for one scenario? And he wouldn't bite. He said, you know what? I've always felt, be careful what you wish for. So that's 5 strikeouts now for Bradish.
We were the first wild card team in 1995, and the Mariners had to play the Angels in a 1-game playoff because they ended up tied. If you remember, they had to pitch Randy Johnson in that game.
Grisham with a high pop-up. Mayo makes the play. Time for the Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, it didn't take long. Ben Rice right after of the on-deck circle. First pitch swing and home run, dead center field, and a little emotion to go with it.
Ben Rice is 12th in the American League with a .486 slugging percentage. He has put together really a terrific season. There was no guarantee when he came to Tampa in spring training he was going to make the team. But they saw the way the ball was jumping off his bat, and he earned a spot. And then as the season went on, he earned more playing time.
I mean, there was a total shift in thought just to get him in the lineup, put him back behind the plate. We saw him catch Fried the other day, so that's a question, you know, possibility in the playoffs that he might be catching. Who knows?
That's exactly right. They had to keep him in the lineup, so that's why he started catching more.
High pop-up. Henderson makes the play, and the Yankees go down in order here in the 3rd. We're going to the 4th. It is 1-0 New York. Someone with an addiction has a story to tell. Don't know? Don't judge. Turn the page on stigma. Visit oasas.ny.gov. Cadillac scoreboard, 1-0 Yankees on the Rice first-inning home run. Luis Gil has faced a minimum 9 batters. He walked Beavers, who was caught stealing in the 3rd inning. And back to the top of the lineup, Holiday, Westberg, and Henderson. One and 0. I think the Yankees being in the battle for the American League East could end up helping them in the postseason, because usually if you have a lead, they start playing those resting games. Oh, I'm not going to play this guy, you know, just to keep them fresh. Well, they haven't had that luxury because every guy's had to play. They're trying to win every single game.
Yeah, I agree 100%. My opinion was always, you know, a couple days were fine, but some of the years that you clinch in mid-September, it was extremely hard to fight the concentration thing, because you're just waiting for the playoffs to come at that point where it was almost like spring training. I would talk to Joe Torre and say, you know, a couple at bats, you can kind of fool yourself for that long, but the full game, it became very difficult.
Well, here's what's on the line today. Blue Jays and the Yankees tied. The Mariners have clinched the West. The Guardians and the Tigers still fighting for the Central. They're both in, though, by the way. Wild card right now, Yankees, Red Sox, and Tigers. That one just missed the bag, and Rice will field and beat Holiday to the bag. So the Tigers and the Guardians have the same record, but the Guardians beat them in the season series, so that breaks the tie. Right now, the Tigers are considered the wild card.
Wow, that ball hooking. That ball hits the base. It's a base hit. But, Coney, I used to look back and, you know, time off. You liked it, though, especially later in your career, huh?
Pitchers, absolutely. You know, the hitters are the ones that you get in a rhythm. The Yankees are hot right now, swinging the bat well. So, hey, let's go. Tuesday night, you got your #1 starter. The offense is clicking, coming in on a run. You know, the pitching depth will be challenged as the postseason gets deeper.
Fly ball deep right center. Giving chase is Judge. Turning, looking, see ya. A home run for Westberg, and the game is tied at 1. First hit for the Orioles.
Well, no doubter there. I mean, way out into the bullpen. Westbrook's 17th home run of the year, and it went on a changeup from Heel.
think it was I thought it was a
either.
changeup too. No, it was a fastball right there. I thought it was a changeup too. I mean to mess you up there, Paulie, but the ball's carrying today. That ball flew.
I mean, that's a no doubter. When Judge starts trotting after about 3 steps, you know that the ball's not coming back.
Gunnar Henderson takes outside 1-0.
It's got that sound, and sound that the pitchers hate, batters love.
You know, Westberg's a big part of their future as well. Came up as among that bevy of Orioles prospects, and you can see that is sweet spot all the way. What great extension through.
High fly ball deep right. Backing up Judge on the track. He's at the wall. He leaps. Gone. A home run for Henderson back-to-back against Heel. And it's 2 1-0s.
Well, Henderson's been waiting for this for a long time. He has been in a home run drought. I mean, his numbers are down from last year, but still one of the elite players in the American League. Is 17th of the year.
Paul, he had not had a home run in 30 games.
Yeah.
Another fastball. Middle in, beats him to the punch. Is it going to be enough? It's up there. And it is just enough.
O'Neill takes a strike.
Well, Aaron Judge there for a minute thought he had a shot, but see clearly on the second row, no opportunity for him.
It's one of these, you know, 1 of 1 home runs. Well, actually 1 of 2 in this year because you have Georgia and Steinbrenner Field as well. That's 355 feet, and that is the only ballpark this is a home run in.
Hit sharply at Volpe. Fires in the dirt, and that pulls Rice off the bag. It was hit so hard it caught him off balance and knocked him down.
Yeah, he lost his balance on the transition and throw, and once you start falling, believe me, your target moves too. Oh, hit hard right at him. You're right. He just really kind of just looked like he caught a spike. Got his feet underneath him. And right there, you think, okay, I got my balance. I got plenty of time, and then all of a sudden you just lose your balance. The ball's a little errant there.
It's like a spike. The spike stuck. This back cleat or spike stuck in the grass.
All right, so there's some hope now as Tampa Bay has scored 2. Jonathan Aranda singled in the top of the 3rd. He has all 3 RBI, so the Rays still trail the Blue Jays, but now it's 5-3. And Aranda had missed 2 months with a broken left wrist, and he came back Friday. For the last 3 games, he had a home run in his first at bat back on Friday, home run yesterday, and now he's driven all 3 runs today.
Yeah, I'm a little chapped to tell you the truth, Michael, because I looked over, I had James look up, and Diaz, Yandy Diaz, one of their better players who's sitting out, obviously, because he's hitting 300 on the nose. Ben Rice is just going to have to tag him there after he slipped. Now, if he's 0 for 1, I had him look it up, it's still 299.7 would we be rounded up to 300.
Right.
So you start him, and if he doesn't get a hit his first time up, then you pull him. But I don't like to see that. I really don't.
Maybe they're holding him for that 1 pinch hit.
Maybe that's it. If he comes in with a game winner, then
you're good.
Then I'm good.
Runner at second base, 2 outs. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Javi Baez just hit a 3-run home run in the top of the 4th inning. The Tigers take a 3-1 lead over the Red Sox.
Everybody's fighting. Game 162.
And now Texas leads Cleveland 4-2, top of the 3rd inning. You think that, we're talking about who the Yankees want to play. You think those teams want to avoid the Yankees?
It's worth a discussion, I think. Pick your poison. Aaron Boone's comment on that sort of a scenario is like, be careful what you wish for. But
I would think home field, if you look at it, the Yankees have played extremely well here in the Bronx. I mean, it's not a fun environment to come as a visiting player.
Swing and a miss. Mountcastle down on strikes. But 2 home runs by the Orioles puts them up 2-1. Leading off, we take a look at leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Aaron is going to win the American League batting title and have the highest average in the major leagues. The only other Yankees to do that, Garrett DiMaggio, Mantle, and DJ LeMahieu in the COVID season of 2020. Pitch outside. And a base hit for Judge. Over this stretch, Paul, of a month, he seems like he's on base 60% of the time.
Yeah, between the 20 walks I think he's had in September and his hitting, he has just been on a tear. It's all about the consistency. His approach every single time, pretty much the same.
And that's a 95-mile-an-hour sinker in on his hands that he just clears out of there. And he's 6'7", 280.
Yeah,
We've never seen a hitter that big with that kind of length be able to shorten up and get to those pitches in.
Right, and you look back at the scouting reports, every big guy, a big home run hitter, it was always don't let them get their arms extended, because it's very hard for a tall guy to get their arms extended. Well, Aaron Judge just pulled his hands in there and just hammered the ball right up the middle.
Last 17 games, on base percentage of .597 for Judge.
How about a little 2-run homer right here? Would give Bellinger 30
and 100.
And 100.
You calling it?
No, but I'd like to see it. If he hits it, I call it.
There you go. Yes.
So Judge is at first base, and his Fangraphs WAR is over 10. By the way, Jake Mangum single in the top of the third. Aranda scored. The Rays now trailing the Blue Jays by 1-5-4. So Judge has a Fangraphs WAR of over 10. Nice piece of hitting, serves it into left field. A base hit for Bellinger. So first and second, nobody out.
I mean, you talk about an adjustment to a 2-seam fastball. As a lefty, you go to pull, and then you see it kind of tailing away from you because it's a sinker, and just stay through it and go the other way. I mean, that's just a beautiful piece of hitting in my mind.
Plate coverage, huh?
Yeah.
The ball's off the plate. Covered it.
And that's why I always talk about, the pitcher dictates what you can do. I mean, that ball right there, you go try to hit that out of the ballpark, you roll over to 15 hopper to the second baseman.
So here's Stanton. Bradish deals. Anyway, we talk about WAR a lot. Let me tell you what the numbers kind of mean. If you have a 2 WAR, that's about average. 4 or 5 WAR, it's an all-star. 7 or 8 WAR, well, you're on the MVP list. And Judge is living in the 10s. So how rare is that? Only 3 other Yankees have had 10 WARs. Ruth did it 9 times, Garrett 2 times, Mantle 3 times, and if Judge stays at 10, it would be his 3rd time. So doing things that just aren't done. Goes around 1 and 2.
WAR's that all-encompassing stat that combines offense, defense, base running. It's not perfect, but it's better than anything we've had before to sort of give you one number that tells you the contributions across the board. How many times did Babe Ruth do it?
Babe Ruth did it 9 times.
9 times.
Babe was pretty good. You know that? There's a lot of stories about Babe, but he was pretty good.
There's context within there, too. It's sort of, you know, when you sort of adjust for the environment you play in. Babe Ruth back then was hitting more home runs than entire teams.
Right.
So how much better was he than league average? He was just leaps and bounds above everybody else.
High fly ball down the right field line. Makes the seats. Well, no player could do that anymore what Babe did, where you out-homer a team. But Aaron Judge has been intentionally walked 37 times. That's more than every team in baseball.
Wow.
Because that's just not a thing anymore. Because with metrics and analytics, they don't believe in the intentional walk. But in Judge's case, they, you know what? Discretion, the better part of valor. We don't want to deal with them.
You know, and another thing, and James, you can look this up, is Cal Raleigh. How many times has he been intentionally walked with the 60 home runs?
I think it's 14.
14?
Yeah,
not even half as many as Aaron Judge.
Line drive. It is a base hit. Judge got a good read. He'll round third. They're sending him home. Beaver's throw is cut off. Stanton with an RBI single. The game is tied at 2.
Well, again, string together hits. I mean, this offense has been so good. We went over in the pregame. I mean, second to none in runs scored, home runs. Not always home runs. 2-out hit or 2-strike hits with runners in scoring position still work.
How about that read from Aaron Judge? You're coming home, you better get out of the way.
A lot of that is just the sound, knowing that's a jam shot that's not going to get there. Yeah, that's something you see on a football field coming at you.
That's Mark Bavaro coming at you right there. Get out of the way.
Austin Wells fouls it back. So we got a ball game at Rogers Center. The Blue Jays now lead the Rays 5-4. They were up 5-1. Detroit over Boston 3-1, bottom of the 4th. Texas leading Cleveland 4-2, bottom of the 3rd. Cleveland runners on the corners, nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd.
And that's the same pitch right there. You see Austin Wells with that kind of a pull swing, with that sinker going down and away. That's the pitch that Cody Bellinger went with to hit the other way.
And Wells down on strikes.
That sinker slider combination from Bradish is what makes him so tough. You know, he's got left to right movement. Here comes the right to left movement. Right off of that sinker, it's coming right in on your fist. You can see him swing way over the top of that. That was a really good pitch.
There's Anthony Volpe. He singled in the 2nd inning. Now the Blue Jays have so much at stake right here because they started Kevin Gausman because they want to win the division. If they lose that game, you can't use Kevin Gausman until game 3 if there's a game 3 in the wild card. So you roll the dice on that.
And even then it's on short rest.
Yes. And they've lost Barrios and Bassett out of their starting rotation with injuries. There was some thought that the Yankees could go with Fried on Tuesday of this week, and then he could have pitched today, but they didn't want to deal with that. They want Fried ready, pitch the first game of the wild card. Because he could have pitched on regular rest on Tuesday and then regular rest today. But for the Blue Jays, it makes sense, David, because if they win, then they clinch. If the Yankees would have won today with Fried pitching, they still might not have won because the Blue Jays hold the tiebreaker. 3-2.
Well, Volpe not able to get the bat out of the way there. The two-seamer just running in on his hands.
For starting pitchers this time of year, extra rest matters so much leading into the postseason. And then remember, the Yankees, if you're in the wild card, you got an extra round of playoffs. So to get where you want to go, you're going to need your horses to start several times in October.
Volpe down on strikes. Bradish is ringing up strikeouts.
Yeah, you get that foul ball that Volpe could not get the bat out of the way, and then he backed it up with another good sinker.
Right in and out of the shadows. Coming in hard.
7 strikeouts for Kyle Bradish. First and second, now 2 outs. Here's Ryan McMahon. One and 0. David Hamilton just hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 4th inning at Fenway, and the Red Sox and the Tigers tied at 3.
I mean, if things go the way the Yankees would like it to go, Max Fried's going to have 7 more starts. To get in the World Series. And
that's
just
amazing. Yeah.
Think about that.
One and 2.
Get 1 in the first round, maybe 2 in the second round, maybe 2 in the third round.
Yeah.
World Series, 2 more, minimum.
And a lot of times, those extra starts, those extra innings, I mean, they show up even next year, right, Coney?
Yeah, they do. There's such high intensity in postseason play.
Missed the upper portion of the zone. 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 8 strikeouts for Kyle Bradish. Strikes out 3 Yankees in the 4th, but it's all tied at 2 as we go to the 5th. Carlos Rodon has been nominated for the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One. Fans vote to recognize who best represents the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLBtogether.com/Clemente Award. There's a strike to Dylan Beavers, bottom third of the order for the Orioles. Outing scoreboard 2-2. Yankees with 5 hits, the Orioles with 3. Back-to-back home runs by Westberg and Henderson in the 4th. That's how they scored. Jarren Duran with an RBI double. Bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox now lead the Tigers 4-3. And Texas now leads Cleveland 4-3. Cleveland still batting bottom of the 3rd. Runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs. That one just missed. 3-2.
They're pretty close. A little backdoor slider at the top of the zone. Hard to get that call on a slider at the top, but then it was right there.
And that's way high. So a walk to Beaver. Second time he's walked in this game. Last time it was caught stealing.
Tried to go back to that same pitch, Coney, and not even close, huh?
Yeah, back to back there. Yeah. Rather see him go after him. We talked about his velocity check today in our scout report, and so far, decent velocity today. He's averaged about, 90, between 95 and 96 miles an hour on his four-seam fastball.
And a strike on the changeup to Cowser.
Really gone to that changeup a lot. After the first inning, he kind of established a good fastball. And now he's throwing a ton of changeups in with it.
0-2. Tim Hill heating up.
A lot of the pitchers, Coney, checking out the velocity on the scoreboard. I mean, were you a velocity guy, but did you stay away from your heater for what, 95, 96?
Yeah, I mean, we could date ourselves. They just started putting the radar gun readings up on the board towards the end of our careers.
And Coney, you're talking about the velocity of Luis Gil today and how we've seen it down a little bit last start, maybe in an effort to get the command where he wants it to be. Well, I spoke to him for the pregame show, and he told me he thinks that's going to make him a better pitcher overall if he can vary the speed of that fastball in particular. He said just watching from the sidelines, seeing Max Fried do it, Carlos Rodon do it, and even last year watching Garrett Cole do it, that's something that he thinks can help get him to the next level if he's able to dial it up later in games.
Yeah, I would push back on that, David. I mean, if that's one of your best weapons, throwing 98 miles an hour, what are you doing? I mean, you don't have the command yet of Max Fried.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what his thinking is trying to develop a little more command. Because that's been an issue for him. His strikeout to walk ratio is not sustainable.
This is ugly right here, Coney. Oh. Ouch.
Ooh. As Joe Girardi would say, that's not what you want.
No, that's not what you're looking for.
The home plate umpire courtesy. Yes, we'll take a little time here. You okay?
What do you think? I'm okay. You know where that ball hit me? No, I'm not okay.
We can laugh about it now. Thank goodness he's okay. We do have a microphone right there at home plate. We heard a big doink.
The 1-2. Grounded to Rice on the short hop. He'll step on the bag, and Beavers moves to second. So here's Kobe Mayo. Those are the scores.
Well, they've all become close. There's no doubt about that.
Mets have to root for Cincinnati to lose, and they have to win. If those two teams remain in a tie, then the Mets are out of the playoffs.
That's the worst case scenario for the Mets. That Cincinnati loses and you lose.
Yeah, it looks so bad. You just know that they got away from you. Cincinnati playing, a good team in the Brewers, where Miami is one of those teams that they beat up on the Yankees, but they play hard. And they're not going to just roll over, especially down there at home.
They've got good young arms and throw hard. They got velocity in their rotation. They've got young kids with some power and speed.
And they ruined the Met playoff hopes in 07 and 08. And they would like nothing better than to ruin it again. And they've been playing until a week ago. They were still in play for the wild card. They played very good baseball in the second half. Soft ground ball. Rice fields and flips the heel as Beavers moves to third.
This is a big out, Coney. In a tie game, you get 2 outs. You got to try to shut them down and save this run. Big out right there, but now the big one right here, 2 out hits with runners in scoring position just eats you up as a pitcher, I'm sure.
Nice little play by Rice, covering ground, knowing that Caballero was playing up the middle. That's his ball or nobody's ball, and heel gating over.
Here's Holiday. One and 0. Tampa Bay threatening at Rogers Center, top of the 4th inning, 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. They trail Toronto 5-4. Up the middle, Volpe fields, fires to first, a stretch by Rice, they get him. That ball almost took off Louis' Heel's head. He got down, and then Volpe made the play from the outfield grass. Holiday hot shot up the middle. Knocks Volpe back, just gets the ball toward first, and the scoop by Rice to end the inning. Now this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. More of our great crew gets us through the year. Game 162, the Orioles go to the bullpen. Keegan Aiken, first out, and he'll face Caballero. And a strike. So Kyle Bradish goes 4. Strikes out 8. Nine, 1, and 2 in the Yankees order. Tampa Bay has the bases loaded, top of the 4th inning. Kevin Gausman's been taken out of the game. Toronto leads 5-4. A lot of stuff going on, Paul. A lot of stuff.
No doubt about it, and it's seldom this way on game 162. You're usually just playing out the strings. So many things are still pretty much unknown at this point.
3-1.
One thing that is known is no matter what happens in Toronto, the Yankees need to put some runs up to take advantage if Tampa Bay can take the lead.
Caballero with 48 steals works a leadoff walk here in the 8th, or in the 5th. Getting ahead of ourselves.
I mean, it looks like Caballero will lead the American League in stolen bases, and it's amazing as many games as he has not played to still lead the league in steals. Is 48 so far.
Now Chandler Simpson is second with 44, and he's not playing today for Tampa Bay.
You're talking the American League. You're talking about all of baseball that he leads stolen bases with 48.
Jonathan Aranda, who's done a lot of damage for Tampa Bay, struck out swinging. So Toronto goes to the bottom of 4th, still up by 1, 5-4.
The more I watch Caballero and know how he goes about stealing, he does that hop. I mean, there are times where he's 20 feet off of first base, and it's just, I can't understand. Obviously, from a lefty, it's a lot easier. You can see him. Some of the righties don't get over there.
Drilled deep to right field, but it hooks foul.
You know, as a right-handed pitcher, Paulie, you'd be surprised. You know, you don't really see the base runner unless you're really trying to crank your neck and look over there. A lot of times you're not. I used to look at Wade Boggs at third base and ask him for his help.
Right.
Is it okay to go home? And so guys didn't do this as much as far as that dancing, running lead, that vaulted lead.
There he goes. Foul back.
It's a shame. Great jump right there. But Grisham already a strike in the count. Had to go after it. That's about as good as jump as you're going to get off a lefty pitcher. No hesitation whatsoever. I mean, there were certain guys, Coney, that no matter what you did, I mean, looking back, like Vince Coleman, if he got on first base, I mean, you might as well just go and try to get the hit.
Yeah, please get it over with. Let's go already.
Goes again. The throw to second. Ball gets away, and Caballero with a 49th stolen base.
He adds so much to the team if he can get on base. I mean, 49 stolen bases on the year, leads all of major leagues. And again, now you've given Grisham an opportunity just to make contact to the right side to get him over.
Henderson comes up with that. They had a chance.
It's kind of the same play that Caballero had earlier when he picked it and made the tag. It's just so much going on in just an instant that it's very tough to glove that ball and make the tag.
He's forcing the infield to pay attention too, where Henderson's got to pay attention at second. So
2-2.
Just the threat of him on second base now kind of impacts your infield defense behind. Notably, Gunnar Henderson's got to kind of hang there. Third baseman's got to hang a little closer to the bag as well.
Just missed. Count is full.
Well, Grisham has taken some tough pitches just off the outside corner, and you really, as a lefty, you got to stay out there. You really cannot do much with that ball off the plate. Great at bat.
So 2 walks for Aiken. First and second, nobody out. That'll bring up Rice. Two game, bottom of the 5th inning.
If you've been Rice, you really got to try to elevate something here. The last thing you want to do is get the ball on the ground. Aaron Judge on deck with a lefty. Look for something up in the strike zone that even if you miss it, you take the double play away.
Can really see Trent Grisham on first too, watching Caballero on second, not being held on just in case.
Now Rice hit the grand slam against Aiken last weekend in Baltimore in extra innings.
Caballero with a huge lead right there. I was surprised he didn't go, but you were always taught to not steal with a lefty up there because it's a clear lane for the catcher to throw to third base. But a lot of these guys have gotten away from that.
But he's doing his job. He's in Aiken's mind a little bit, providing a distraction. Any distractions you can provide for a pitcher, it's a good thing, trust me. Other than the execution of the pitch.
I've never seen that. I saw Caballero ask for timeout. The umpire would not give it to him. I think he was trying to. He wants timeout right here, and look at the umpire. No, I'm not going to give it to you. Let's CB. Nope. Be a little chat myself.
Pickoff. Back in time. Henderson said to his bench, check it out. I think I got him.
Well, you can see Trent Grisham at first base too. The whole thing is to pick up Caballero and see if he is going. They are going to challenge this, it looks like.
It's a good little pickup move there. Henderson broke in quickly, Aiken right on time. This is well executed by the Orioles.
He's clearly in there unless the foot kept the hand from getting to the base.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to drop your knee and block like that.
It did.
And it is overturned. Caballero is out on the pickoff.
Yeah, that was all because of Henderson getting his foot in front of the base. Clearly back there in plenty of time, but see that hand goes right up against the spike. Never gets to the bag.
Those are the kind of things you can't have happen in the postseason.
No, and it was unfortunate because you know, he was back in plenty of time, but again the foot kind of guarding the base, which Coney, I don't know if you could call him on that or not.
Yeah, I think it's more the knee. If you drop the knee down in front is what they've been discouraged about.
Lined at the second baseman, Holiday. Getting back is Grisham.
But the foot on the bag's a different story because he actually beat the throw or beat the tag, but he got hung up on his foot. Obviously, once you have the ball first, then okay, at that point, you know, all bets are off. It's if you block before you catch the ball.
Judge takes inside. Judge is 1 for 2, hitting .332. Judge set to become just the third player in big league history to have over 50 home runs and win a batting title. The other two, Mickey Mantle and Jimmy Fox.
Pretty good looking
Andres
change.
Jimenez with a sac fly, and Toronto now leads Tampa Bay 6-4, bottom of the fourth. 3-0, turned him loose, and a high fly ball. O'Neill is there, and O'Neill puts it away. First and second, nobody out. The Yankees don't score. We're through 5. It's 2-2. Thank you, Bob. We go around the majors. Astros eliminated from the postseason for the first time since 2016. An incredible run. Tigers can clinch the 5 seed with a win and a Guardians win. And the Mets need a win and the Reds loss to clinch a postseason berth. Pitch outside to Westberg as we start the 6th inning. 2-2 game. Westberg with a home run in the 4th, followed by a home run by Henderson in the 4th, and that's their 2 runs.
You know, in between innings, Michael, Aaron Boone went out and was kind of arguing that, you know, he's blocking the base, and, you know, it was so close whether he had the ball yet, because the foot was there before the ball was in his glove, I think. So, you know, I think Aaron Boone has a good reason to gripe.
Well, this is a rule that was put out there in spring training and emphasized that MLB's guidance, which was communicated to all 30 managers on Wednesday, emphasized the existing rule and asked umpires to call obstruction if they determine a fielder has positioned himself to impede or hinder a runner's path to the base before receiving the ball.
Well, if you read that rule, I mean, that was definitely what happened there out at second base. And that's a big call right there. That changed that whole inning.
And also before that, C.B. Buckner would not give him time. 2-2. Lined into center field. Coming on is Grisham. He's going to play it on a hop. It's a base hit for Westburg. Check out the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Thanks to Blackburn eating up the final 2 innings yesterday. Yankee bullpen's in pretty good shape. Would they like to stay away from Ben McNora? Absolutely. But he could pitch if need be, because tomorrow is an off day. Even if they make a wild card, they have to start on Tuesday. So everybody's in good shape. Here's Gunnar Henderson.
Which is sort of the reason why every game starts at 3 o'clock. So everybody's kind of close, right? So you can't watch the scoreboard and say, should I use my closer or not? Did Toronto win or lose?
It does make sense, Coney, when you think about it. But the only problem is, West Coast, you're playing a 12 o'clock game, which is a little off schedule. But you definitely have an advantage if you're seeing the final of a game as a manager to who you want to use and not use.
Cruz on him, relief of Heel. Runner on first base, nobody out. Two and one. Three and one.
There's something about having that good of a forkball that it has to be in the strike zone at some point. Those are balls out of his hands, and you see hitters not even flinching.
Yeah, when you're going to throw off speed behind in the count, you got to get it in the zone, or at least design it to be in the zone.
Strike two. Check out the album Don't Take Slow for an Answer replay.
Well, it's been a while, but Gunnar Henderson finally connected. A couple rows back out of Aaron Judge's reach. Until it's football season over there with the Ravens helmet on.
Runner goes, but it was ball four, so first and second. Nobody out.
And Matt Blake coming out, and Aaron Boone knows the importance. We were getting hot already. Can't defend walks, huh, Coney?
Well, he's got such a great splitter. There's no two ways about it. When it's right, it's one of the very best pitches in the game. The question is can you get it over for strikes just enough? Because hitters know he has the best splitter in the game. And anything down, they're not going to swing. Right. That was a perfect example of it right there. Really good left-handed hitter, but did not offer it his splitter down and out of the zone. So unless you can throw that for a strike, you better start painting your fastball and save that pitch a little bit more.
I think so many pitchers that have that type of pitch, they expect hitters to just wail on it out of the strike zone. And if you've seen it 3 or 4 times in a count, you know the action of it.
Well, the first 38 games of the year for Cruz, he had an 8.9% walk rate. Major League average is 8.4, so you take that. But in the last 11 games, it's jumped to 25%. He's walked 10 of the 40 batters that he's faced. Lined and knocked down by Volpe. He's going to get the force at second. If he had held on, you might have been looking at a triple play.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Michael. You definitely had to play at third base. But again, to knock this down, this ball's hit hard. Got a glove on it, but right there, you're looking at a sure double play and possibly a triple play.
Yeah, the guy's definitely off the second. You get him. The guy's definitely off the first. You get him. It would be a inning-ending triple play.
Easily a triple play.
So first and third, one out. Here's Adley Rutschman. 2-2 game. We're in the top of the 6th. And a strike. Westberg off third. O'Neill off first. Infield playing for the double play. 1-1.
It's one of those situations when you're on the mound and you're catching, you're trying to read the bat. How are they taking these pitches? First pitch splitter for a strike, that one down, didn't even offer at it.
Right.
One and two. Another beating for Austin Wells.
Foul tip this time.
Grabbing the back of his hand. You know, you get numbness from getting hit there. It's just, it's not a fun position. And that kind of hit the heel of the glove. Probably just kind of shocked that hand. It just, time and time again as a catcher, you just get beat up. Well, catcher to catcher there. You know what these guys are going through.
Right back to Cruz. He's going to come home with it. They get the out.
Wow, what a play. I mean, that's a heads-up play. For one thing, you're going 100% to get it. You don't even know if the runner is coming. So he must have got some kind of sign or a yell from Wells. But this is a great play. Coney, I'm coming off the mound. That's not easy.
It is not easy. Once again, he made good adjustments with the splitter, getting it in the strike zone now. This at bat, it pays off. Field your position paying off. All the way around. Excellent job by Cruz.
He even flipped the fork ball there. Did you see that? Kind of knuckling.
Yeah. And I also think that Wells caught the ball with his bare hand, not with his glove on the flip.
He's so demonstrative on the mound, Cruz. Fernando Cruz. He's so into it. And you can see, yes, bare hand.
Oh, good pickup there, Michael.
Two hands.
There's Mountcastle. 0-1.
Boy, strike one is so important to him because then you do see some hitters, you know, leave the strike zone. But when you get behind in the count, it's very hard to throw that split finger out of the zone and get a swing.
Kind of sounds like Monica Seles out there.
Yeah.
One and two. And the pitch. Grounded foul.
Well, that's the first splitter that stayed in the strike zone the whole time. Those are the ones you can get hurt on. But again, I don't know that you even mess around with a fastball. Cruz loves his split finger. See, that kind of dies a little. It kept it from going into left field, but not a lot.
Yeah, Mountcastle saw it in. Red fastball.
High fly ball left center. Long run for Grisham, and he makes the play. Trent Grisham covering a lot of real estate. Holding in at the warning track in Death Valley. The final out as Cruz works into and out of trouble. Oh, he loves it. We go to the bottom of the sixth.
Now in close games, defense comes into play. And Coney, you can talk about this. This is a tough play. A lot of things can go wrong. And then off the bat, this looked like a big hit. Trent Grisham, emotion, well, keeps the Yankees tied at 2-2. And now the offense can go to work.
Grisham hauled it in. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 2-2. Bellinger leads off. And Dean Kramer deals the strike, so he comes on. Just his 2nd relief appearance this year. He is a starter. Another home run for Alejandro Kirk, and the Blue Jays now lead 8-4. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yankees can't do anything about what's happening in Toronto. They have to take care of business here in the Bronx. Mets trailing the Marlins 4-0, while Milwaukee's trailing Cincinnati 4-2. Mets and the Reds have the same record. Reds have the tiebreaker for the 3rd and final wild card. Milwaukee's leading Cincy. I'm sorry, they're up 4-2, and the Mets are trailing the Marlins 4-0. If both lose, Cincinnati will make the playoffs, and the Mets will go home. Popped up into shallow left. Beavers makes the play. So one down here, Stanton. Stanton RBI single in the 4th. That was the Yankees' 2nd run. And at that point, they were in pretty good shape. Stanton singled in a run to tie the game. Then it was 1st and 2nd, nobody out. But Brad has struck out Wells, Volpe, and McMahon to escape further trouble. Two and one.
Well, good take right here. A little breaking ball just off the outside corner. Put you in a great position here, 3-1.
And the pitch. 3-2. Fouled away, first base side. Mayo gives it a look, but far back. And Stanton works a walk, so now it's going to be interesting to see. Does Boone send out a pinch runner or say, hey, we're in a close game, we might need that at bat in the 9th?
Yeah, only in the 6th inning. It's a tough decision to take away that last at bat if you need him late.
It looks like they're going to stay with him.
I think if you had a lead at this point, you might.
Oh and 1 on Wells. Walls has struck out twice today. Down in the count 0-2.
And you hate to argue as a catcher, but that pitch right there it's pretty much unhittable. Just down and away, nothing you can do with it.
And he calls time. Kramer sets and deals. Swing and a miss. Strikes out for the third time today.
A good movement with this splitter, Coney. Dead down, huh?
He sees it coming in, so you read fastball, right? You're not going to throw a splitter inside, but he did. Watch Wells. He's not trying to throw it there. He's trying to throw it down and away. And it looks like a fastball in. I got to get to it. No, it's not. It's off speed. And I'm out in front. Way out in front.
Volpe grounds it up the middle. Henderson flips to second. And that'll do it here in the 6th. Through 6 in the Bronx. It's a 2-2 game right here on Yes. Television made for your brain. 35 and 26, 3.13 ERA, 154 saves. Pitched with the Orioles from 11 through 18, and the Yankees from 18 through 22.
I think I got this one. Yeah.
What's this on a scale of 1 to 10?
There's a 1.
This is 1.
Sunday 1.
All right, okay.
Ford scoreboard, it's 2-2. Top of the 7th inning in New York City, and Luke Weaver takes over. Heel started. He won 5. Fernando Cruz, a thrill-a-minute 6th. And now Luke Weaver here in 7th. Dylan Beavers takes a strike.
That's how Weaver has learned to turn his back and walk away after a pitch if he wants a little extra time to play games with the clock.
One on Beavers. Toronto leads Tampa Bay 8-4. Top of the 6th inning at Rogers Center. Boston leads Detroit 4-3, top of the 7th. Detroit first and third, 2 outs at Fenway. That one's fouled off the foot of Beavers. Texas leads Cleveland 5-3, bottom of the 4th inning. So if Detroit and Cleveland both lose, Cleveland will win the Central. And that will complete the largest comeback in baseball history. They had trailed by 15.5 games. And Salino comes out to take a look. The second time in the series he's fouled the ball off that leg.
Well, you got, what, 4 or 5 months to let it heal, Coney, when if you're with the Orioles? Huh?
Absolutely. He's got one more swing at Yankee Stadium here. You got to somehow suck it up.
Two and two. Top of the 7th inning. Strike 3. Caught him looking. Well, this October, Brooklyn Nets basketball is back on Yes as Coach Jordi Fernandez leads a fresh new squad loaded with young talent. Tune in Saturday night at 8 p.m. for the first preseason game on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
They starting the season earlier? It feels kind of early for basketball.
Well, this is pre.
Yeah.
So it'll be the first game, I think, is the end of October. A little early.
Preseason?
Never been in that. It's a Coliseum or what is it? The
Barclays Center?
Yeah,
It's great.
I've been there. Great
Very
place to
nice.
watch the game. I need to get over there.
Great presentation. Really nice. One and one on Cowser.
Kind of over there in Brooklyn, Paulie, where the Brooklyn Dodgers used to play.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Same neighborhood.
And that was the spot where the Barclays Center is built that Walter O'Malley wanted to build the new stadium, wanted to leave Ebbets Field. The city said no. And he said, well, okay, I'll take my toy and go play in L.A. The Nets' actual opener for the regular season is October 22nd at Charlotte.
I was just told it's very train friendly. It's a good way to get in and get out, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to see you on a subway go there.
Cody's a subway master.
Yeah, you'd have to go with him.
I don't even know what the numbers mean half the time. I don't even know where. I just get on the train and not know where I'm going.
Fouled away. One and two on Cowser. Check swing on a pitch outside, 2-2.
It's easy to scoreboard watch and try to base your strategy on that. If you're Aaron Boone here, let's just say if this stays close to, I would stay away from Bednar if possible today, especially looking at the Blue Jays up by 4 right now.
Especially when you think that in a wild card, you would, and you've seen it before, Bednar could go 2 innings for you. I mean, he could go 6 outs, 5 outs. So, you want him well rested if you're out there on Tuesday night.
I'm not using Bednar unless I absolutely have to today. He's too important. Have him ready for Tuesday night.
Top of the 6th inning, Rays have first and third with 2 outs in Junior Caminero and all his home runs at the plate right now.
Now, if that Blue Jay score changes, now so does that decision making. That's the quandary for managers, right? You got one eye on the scoreboard, one eye on your bullpen, one eye on our score. Decisions.
Swing and a miss. Good change. And that's why the decision by baseball back in 2015 to start all the last games on Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So you can watch the scoreboard like this.
It's a great shot of a changeup there. That's why they call it pulling the string. From behind, it's almost like you got a string around the ball and you pull it, playing keep away.
Looking back, I think a good fastball changeup mix, probably the hardest thing to really zero in on as a hitter. Breaking balls, you pick up the spin. Changeups, they're very hard to pick up if they're thrown, like you were saying earlier in the game, the same way as the fastball.
Yeah, with the same spin as your fastball. So what they call spin mirroring.
Check swing right back to Weaver. He has a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning here in the 7th. At the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees and the Orioles are tied at 2. We're going to stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps? Today, the New York Yankees are honoring as their veteran of the game United States Army Air Corps Staff Sergeant Warren Molston from Orange, Connecticut, who served in World War II, was awarded the Bronze Star and just celebrated his 102nd birthday. The Yankees say thank you, Warren, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now,
2-5-0 for the Yanks, 2-4-0 for the Orioles. Bradish won 4. Westberg and Henderson back-to-back home runs in the 4th. Luis Gil won 5. Ben Rice a home run in the 1st, and an RBI single in the 4th by Stanton. That's the scoring. And Ryan McMahon leads off against Dean Kramer. McMahon, Caballero, and Grisham. Quickly 0-2. One and two. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at t2t.org. Swing and a miss. McMahon strikes out for the 3rd time today.
The four-seamer coming right at you on the inside corner and right on by.
And with Jazz Chisholm about to pinch hit for Caballero, he's announced Mancelino is going to go to the bullpen. That'll do it for Kramer. As he goes 1 1/3. Orioles go to the bullpen. Jazz is coming up. It's a 2-2 game, bottom of the 7th. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. By your local tri-state Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery, get out there and play. Doing their work. That's Luke Miller. Controlling the action there. Another big crowd on this Sunday afternoon at Yankee Stadium. They call in Enrico Garcia, another right-hander to pitch to Jazz Chisholm.
A great sign that Jazz Chisholm's in here with this at-bat, feeling good enough to swing the bat here after the hit batter yesterday.
All right, injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of New York Yankees. Not in the starting lineup today, hit by a pitch on the left forearm yesterday. X-rays and CT scan both negative, and here he is pinch hitting.
And Michael, he did actually speak briefly in the clubhouse today. He said there's a little swelling in that forearm. He's a little bit sore, but he would be good to go. And a man is true to his word. He's in there right now.
And he comes in and strikes out against Garcia, 2 away.
Well, Jazz, an everyday player, probably not real tuned into pinch hitting. A lot of these guys are starting to make a living with it, and especially the DHs where they're used to this kind of at bat. But Jazz usually out there at second base, a little awkward to be called off the bench.
And a strike to Grisham. 1-2.
Trent Grisham got a pitch, and he was going for it. I mean, that wasn't the 2-strike swing, that's for sure. Right there.
Yeah, Rico Garcia going right after people here, just throwing strikes. Devin Williams there getting hot.
And that one's tipped into the glove of Adley Rutschman. And the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. 3 strikeouts. We go to the 8th. It's a 2-2 game. David?
One of the best bowling ball sinkers you will ever see. Zach Britton, when he was on, he was throwing 98 mile an hour, just bowling ball sinkers. As good as I've ever seen anybody. And they look like split fingers the way they drop, and they're in the upper 90s in his peak.
Good guy, too, the years he was with the Yankees. Really loved the game. Crowd into it here in the top of the 8th, 2-2 game. Devin Williams is on. Eight straight scoreless appearances. Yankees did something really nice before the game. All the players on the team signed a load of baseballs, and then they handed them out to fans or flipped them into the stands as an appreciation to all the great crowds that have turned out at Yankee Stadium over the 81 home games. It's really been amazing. No matter what the weather, situation, how the team's playing, always seem to be 40,000 plus here.
Yeah,
Chisholm takes over at second.
Remember earlier in the year, Michael, I mean, it was miserable in April and May, and this place was still packed. The fans have been here all year.
And he's going to dunk one in for a base hit as Holiday reaches with a single. He'd been 0 for 10 against the Yankees in the series before this.
Well, you put it in play, you never know. Off the end of the bat, nothing Cody Bellinger can do.
And hit it like he threw it.
Yeah.
84 mile an hour changeup, 74 mile an hour knock.
Changeup inside. Bottom of the 8th inning, Boston leads Detroit 4-3. Bottom of the 7th inning, Texas leads Cleveland 5-4. Cleveland threatening first and second, one man out in that game. And you see the Toronto score 8-4, middle of the 7th. Take a look at the home runs by Westberg and Henderson back-to-back. In the 4th inning on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. Westberg's won 414 feet. Henderson's 355.
Westberg's goes out anywhere. Henderson only here.
Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him. 3-2. Runner goes. Fly ball right field. Toward the line is Judge on the run. And he makes the play in foul territory and fires behind Holiday, who gets back. Well, Yankee fans, catch all the action at Yankee Stadium this postseason. 2025 postseason tickets are on sale now. Experience October baseball at Yankee Stadium this fall. Postseason tickets are going fast, so visit Yankees.com/postseason today.
Aaron Judge makes a nice play down the line and not knowing if the runner gets back. But the good thing you notice about that, there wasn't a hesitation. He's throwing the ball 100% better than when he first went back out to right field.
Anderson takes a strike. Oh, 2. Grounded to McMahon. There's one. On to first, not in time.
It just shows you Henderson's speed. I mean, that ball was hit pretty well and it was turned pretty quick, but he was already across the base.
He can get down the line. Watch up the middle here. Who's got the throw? Volpe breaks. So does Chisholm. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered. From the left side, he gets down the line.
Diving back is Henderson.
Good baseball name, right? Gunner?
Yeah.
Gunner Henderson.
Snap throw to first. Henderson dives back.
Let's keep him honest down there, huh?
Yeah, you know Henderson's aggressive, so absolutely. That was premeditated. He was ready to go.
Runner goes. Grounded to McMahon. Tough hop. He stays with it. Throw to first. Got him.
What great hands. McMahon can do a lot of things defensively. Gets him out of the inning right there. Yankees on their way up to the plate.
Didn't catch it cleanly. Stayed with it. Grabbed it out of the air. And then a strike to Rice. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, fans, you got to stay tuned after the final out for the WB Mason Yankees postgame. Get highlights, analysis, and reaction from today's final regular season game. Plus a look at the full postseason picture. That's all coming up on the WB Mason Yankees postgame.
So tell me, Michael, we're seeing a lot of smiles in the truck down there. Are they just happy it's 162, or
I think
just
they
happy
just
to be
love
here?
their job. They love their job.
Hey, Troy, how are you?
Well, there's Dan.
So those two guys, the last two guys, Troy and then Dan. Troy's our producer, Dan's the director. Everything happens through them, and they are the best in the business. And we're so lucky to work with them every single day.
You know, Dan, after today, you could choose your own friends.
That's right. You could turn all those monitors off and really talk to people, you know that?
The 2-1. 2-2.
Garcia's just winding up and heaving fastballs in there. Huh?
No fear. Like, here it is. Hit it.
Addison Barger, a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Toronto now up 10-4.
You know, Paula, there's a lot of people in the analytics departments nowadays across baseball that are advising pitchers, just right down the middle. Throw your fastball there, especially early in the counts.
Driven out to deep left center field. On the run is Beavers, turning, looking, see ya! A long home run into the visitors' bullpen. The second blast for Rice, and the Yankees lead 3-2.
I think the score in Toronto took some of the emotion away from him, but what a day of hitting. Ben Rice, known as a pull hitter, one to center field and now left center field. Just great swings. I mean, what he did over the offseason by adjusting his stance and his strength has really paid off. What a year for Ben Rice.
And he's got the greatest smile, too, and he's got a lot to smile about this year. Here's Judge. Congratulations to Aaron Judge on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Wind out, 417, 5 home runs, 10 ribbies, OPS 1.659. Now, in the 4th inning, when he singled, that was his 5,000th career plate appearance. Take another look at Rice's home run. And after that single, his career OPS is 1.029. That's the 6th best in Major League history of people with 5,000 more plate appearances. Ruth, Williams, Garrett, Bonds, and Jimmy Fox. We're seeing stuff that you're not supposed to see.
Right, it's been a pleasure, believe me. You can remember the first day he came up, his first at bat, a home run, and he's just gotten better and better. I just hate to think that people take it for granted how good Aaron Judge is.
3-1.
Well, I know we don't pay attention to batting average as much as maybe we used to, but Aaron Judge is hitting .331 when the average across baseball is in the 240s.
Right.
246. And now, oh, what a play by Westberg. Gets up, fires, and he just took a base hit away from Judge. Took an extra base hit. What a play.
Well, it's just not where it was hit. It was how hard it was hit. That ball just in a dive sometimes finds the pocket of your glove. Aaron Judge just hammers that ball. Ben Rice, I mean, just staying back and going the other way, high fastball away. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
No sway at all, right?
Nothing.
We call sit and spin.
And with that open stance, it just allows him to stay in there so much longer and let the ball travel a little bit longer. But I mean, as he gains more strength and more age, I mean, if you can start reaching left field and center field like he has today, you're looking at a guy that could throw up 40 home runs.
Slow roller. Westberg charges, and he will get Bellinger. Round number 2.
Cody Bellinger knows all about trying to go deep to left field as another left-handed hitter. I mean, it's not like you can just flick it out there. You got to get it all.
And here's Tony Mansolino. And he's going to call to the bullpen. Let Stanton do up with 2 outs. Yankees, they lead 3-2. Bottom of the 8th inning in the Bronx. Yes, is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Yankee fans excited. They lead 3-2. And Cade Stroud will come on to face Giancarlo Stanton. Good numbers for Stroud. Stanton 1 for 2, RBI single and a walk. Well, the news is not good in Toronto as the Blue Jays lead Tampa Bay 11-4, bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, by no means, if that score holds up, did the Yankees limp to the finish line. This has been some kind of sprint to try to take this American League East. You respect the players and what they did. And, you know, Tuesday night, as it looks right now, it's going to be exciting here in the Bronx.
I'll tell you one thing, if they win and the Blue Jays win, they finish with the same record, and the reason they don't win the East is because head-to-head with the Blue Jays. And also, I mean, we've used this term so many times this year, a gut punch sort of loss. They had so many of them, just one of those, and they would be talking about being AL East champions, but you are what your record says you are, as that one's fouled away. This is the, looks like it's going to be the final numbers for Aaron Judge. He missed 10 games, but hit .331, 53 homers, 114 ribbies, an OPS of 1.145.
Phenomenal player, Coney. I don't think, I mean, guys you play with in your own era, you have a lot of respect for, but, you know, when you see what Aaron Judge does day in and day out, I mean, never seen anything like it.
The best right-handed hitter, not only of his generation, but in the argument forever.
Yep.
How the Yankees take the lead? This mammoth shot the other way. The captain likes it. Bellinger likes it. The smile by Rice. Everybody likes it. 3-2 Yanks. Take a look at the numbers on Judge and Raleigh. Judge beats him in average. Raleigh beats him in home runs and ribbies. Judge beats him in OPS, runs, F-WAR, also baseball reference WAR by even a lot more than that. All the other numbers are in favor of Judge, but again, 60 home runs and 125 ribbies, and he's the catcher. Everyone has to have their vote in before the first game on Tuesday. So the postseason has nothing to do with that vote, and Judge will try to nail down another MVP.
Well, we see it every day, and if I had a vote, it would be Aaron Judge. I mean, it's just, there's so many categories that he is ahead of, and it doesn't belittle Raleigh at all. I mean, 60 home runs as a catcher is a phenomenal feat, but Aaron Judge, the year he put together is just ridiculous.
Sometimes you have two players that put up MVP years.
Mm-hmm.
David Bednar is going to try to close this out. All right, so the Red Sox beat the Tigers. That means that the Guardians have won the Central. And that means that they have made up the biggest deficit in the history of baseball. They were down by 15.5 games to the Tigers. Just an incredible story. And David, you've seen this too. They don't score. They did this totally on pitching. The Guardians just don't score a lot of runs.
Nobody saw it. You're right. They just got hot at the right time. You know, you whip off 10 in a row. I mean, that's the old saying. You'd say, hey, you might win 10 in a row. Let's win 10 in a row. They did more than that. At the same time when Detroit was almost losing 10 in a row. So that combination just really just flipped the whole race on its head in about 2 weeks.
2-2 on Rushman. David, you surprised they're using Bednar here?
A little bit. I mean, I'll defer to Aaron Boone. He's playing it straight. Bednar probably says, I want this. They want to finish on a good note. He's got a save opportunity. He got an off day tomorrow. My first instinct, as I mentioned before earlier in the game, was to maybe hold off here, save him for Tuesday night. But, you know, this guy wants the ball. He is a gamer.
A lot of times a manager will, even before the game starts, you know, do you need an at-bat today? Bednar, do you want an inning today if it arises? And it has.
And there's a walk to Adley Rushman. Well, fans, stay tuned to yesterday after the postgame for a special recap and a playoff preview show. Could be a wild card preview. Could be the AL East preview. Right now it looks like it's a wild card preview. And remember that Yes will have pregame and postgame shows around every single Yankees playoff game on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Yes, we've been dating the girl all year, and no, someone else is taking her to the prom.
Well,
David's taking her to the prom.
Have a good time at the prom.
You going jerking Michael Sheets?
You still got your old prom suit?
Here's Mountcastle, runner on first. Mateo pinch running. Pitch is high. So with Detroit losing and Cleveland, which is threatening now, second and third, nobody out, bottom of the 8th inning, Cleveland wins the Central, and that means that they're just going to meet each other for the wild card. And with Boston's victory, they now will meet the team that doesn't win the American League East. And right now it looks like it's going to be the Yankees. So we get the Yankees and the Red Sox starting Tuesday night here in New York.
Beyond the rivalry, you've got a 3-game series, and that just adds a little fire to it, huh?
Can't wait to see videos of Greg Nettles beating up Bruce Lee.
Yeah, yeah. Pinella and Fisk, all kind of
all
stuff.
that stuff. Monson, Fisk.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Mountcastle. So with this appearance, Bednar has now pitched in 3 of 4. He's off tomorrow. But before the 3 of 4, he had 3 days off.
Billy, I didn't say Bruce Lee, did I? I said he ain't beating up Bruce Lee. No, that ain't happening.
You watching the
Billy,
movie?
yeah, okay.
You watching the late night movies again?
Yeah, I am a Bruce Lee fan.
He was a bad dude, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Well, Milwaukee has beaten the Reds 4-2. If the Reds had won, they would have clinched the 3rd wild card. But there's another way for them to do it. Miami is leading the Mets 4-0. There's one on the first, high, and it goes into the Yankee dugout. And that allows Mountcastle to go to second.
Yeah, again, every once in a while, you've got to have that clock in your head. There was really no chance to turn this double play. McMahon did all he could to getting the ball, but Jazz, at some point, I mean, you see that he's going to be safe at first base.
Yes.
So you don't go for that. You eat the ball, you get the one out, and leave the man on first base.
It's a great point. There's times to force it and times to eat it.
So that last play scored a fielder's choice. E4. Oh, 2 on the Dylan Beavers. He's walked twice and struck out once.
I mentioned before, you go back to the first wild card in 1995, and the Mariners and Angels finished the season in a tie. They had a 1-game playoff the next day on Monday. Now we have tiebreakers.
Swing and a miss. He waved through that one. Great splitter. 2 away. Upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers Tuesday through Thursday. No days off. The American League Wildcard Series. Saturday, October 4th through Friday, October 10th. The ALDS. Sunday, October 12th through Monday, October 20th. The ALCS. And then the World Series starts Friday, October 24th and could go as far as to Saturday, November 1st. October baseball. Love it. Here's Colton Cowser. Yankees 1 out away. Toronto leads 13-4. Top of the 8th inning.
The Rays turn back into the Devil Rays.
That's a good point, Coney.
Double race today.
One strike to go. Bednar deals. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Yankees win this one 3-2. They finish the season having won 8 straight. They win their 94th game, finishing with the same record as they had last year. 2 home runs for Ben Rice today. And with a Blue Jay win, the Yankees are going to host the Red Sox in the Wild Card Series starting Tuesday right here in the Bronx, New York City.
Wow, what a way to end the season. If you look back, it's probably as good as the Yankees have played all around. Offense clicking, bullpen clicking, starters have been great. Going into the playoffs, you got to feel good about the Yankees' chances.
No doubt about it. Everything is coming together at the right time. They're a hot team. All the holes have been plugged. Bednar, 97 miles an hour. Here it is, hit it right on by, foul tip. Got an off day tomorrow. Tuesday night. See you there.
You'll see us, yeah. No doubt about it. Michael, it's been a pleasure again. A lot of games, but you know what? The October baseball is what we look forward to. Coney, same to you, man. It's been fun.
It's been terrific. The Yankees have a lot to celebrate. They finished strong since August 11th, the best record in baseball. They ran through the tape, but there's more running to go. They have a big October they hope ahead of them. Yankees win on to Tuesday. The Cadillac drives in the game.
Drives is in plural early on. Ben Rice dead central. An absolute bomb got the Yankees up on the board. And then, oh yeah, for the game winner, let me go left center. Rice, baby. Rolling in my 5.0 with the top drop down so my hair can't blow. Ben Rice.
The Yankees finished with the same record as last year. It took 2 hours and 42 minutes. Williams the win, Bednar the save, Garcia the loss, Westberg and Henderson back-to-back, and we just talked about Ben Rice with the 2 home runs. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and our executive producer of the Yes Network is Jared Ames Boschnack. Thank you for watching Yankees baseball on Yes all season long. We appreciate it. Remember to tune into the Yes Network for full pregame and postgame coverage of every Yankees postseason game. Again, the final score, Yankees 3, Orioles 2. For David Cohn, Paul O'Neill, and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the post-game show. Guys?
God bless you. I'm upon this one again. No. Double pro. I met this girl last December. Her name na Monica. She sent me her picture from Twitter. She dey always wear short nika tie. Monica too fine, no, but Monica too like money. I spend money for Monica. She still the follow. She still the waka. See Monica with trendy boy. I see Monica with the GoPro. I see Monica with the more healer. GC, now waiting this up. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife material. Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother. Christmas clothes for your sister. Plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father Okada tie. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica. Monica no be wife material.
If you get money, Monica go stay with you. If you not go get money, Monica fit stay with you. Monica, follow. If you get big things, she swallow. If you don't get, borrow. Monica don't dey for Kalika, fi shame you. If you're today, no be the same you. Why can't they love the same you? Monica, when I see for Facebook, Monica go far away. Monica dey with that day. Fuck me, I go away. We tell me I like it.
nice. Come to my place, she go run, come. I swear she go run, come. She see me take out money, she go shake bum. She go shake bum. She dey pepper for mat like say I lick dum. Like say I lick dum. She do like skin touch, she know they use condom. I swear she know they use condom. Monica,
oh, Monica go kill the best, yo.
Too much money for Monica. I buy many things for Monica. Yeah. School fees for your brother, Christmas clothes for your sister, plenty wrapper for your mother. I buy your father go die. She still the waka. She still the follow. God forbid Monica don't be wife material.